Hey everybody. So I wasn't going to do a live video today, but yeah, I saw this thing on Reddit and I was actually doing a live earlier and then it said that there was somebody and I thought that that was me, but then I was like, it can't be though because I have it hidden from the world. This has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about today. Point is, let's just get right to it. So, I saw a thing on Reddit and it was talking about how they essentially got gypped like in terms of money when looking for an apartment in Japan because they were looking for an apartment and then they paid 1 month's worth of rent as the deposit and then that money back. So now they're out an entire month's worth of rent. So who knows? It could be $200, it could be $1,000. It doesn't matter. Like the price is not relevant. What's relevant is the fact that this person essentially got gypped. So the legality or illegality of this, I'm not 100% sure. So I don't have all the answers with regard to that yet because I haven't fully looked into that. I'm not very familiar with like direct owner to like customer or owner to tenant relationships. I'm more familiar, like my experience is more based on like, working with like companies and property management agencies and the tenants and like that kind of process. So I would have to look into that so that I could be able to say like, oh no, like they did you wrong, take them to court or something like that. But essentially, I wanted to make this video because I've actually had a similar experience. And when I was coming to Japan the second time, I'm like I wrote down notes because I tried to do this earlier, and it was like a 6 minute long video that didn't need to be 6 minutes long. So I'm just gonna try and hopefully encapsulate it as much as possible. So when I was going to Japan the second time, I was looking for apartments, and I found I found this apartment on Craigslist. This person also found their apartment on Craigslist, and so I paid $200 to like as the deposit to hold this apartment or something. But then I think I found a better apartment. So then I told them I was like, oh, like, yeah, I don't want to go with this apartment. So can I get my deposit back? I didn't really know how deposits work. So I guess, it was ignorant of me to assume that the money would come back. Maybe that's not exactly how it works. It works, yeah. So yeah, but the point is that I guess because I was of my ignorance, then I lost those $200. And not only did I lose $200, but that person they also threatened to put me on a blacklist if I tried to fight for those $200. So right there, that kind of raises a red flag because if you're threatening to fight me just because I'm trying to ask you for money for services that you essentially did not provide me, it was I don't even think like a day or something went by. I found another apartment, and then I had already sent them the money through PayPal though. And actually, I think the person on Reddit also said, I think they said that they put it on PayPal. Hold on, I still have the tab open. Please load. Let's see, did they send it on PayPal? Yeah, they paid via PayPal. It might be the same shady person. If you're watching this, it's me. You stole $200 from back in the day. And I'm coming for you. Find out who you are. Uh, is that a threat? Oh no. This is all a joke. Is I guess what I'd say, but I don't really know who that person is. But yeah, so essentially I got $200 gypped, and then actually I know of another person who this was like I guess through like an owner of the apartment, but then I know of someone who a company told them to pay $200 as the deposit. That's a different story. But yeah, so they told them to put $200 down for the application, and then because they didn't know how to do bank transfer, then they ended up not going through with it. But had they done that, they probably would have, been out on $200 too, because people be doing these crazy, like these crazy things to people who is ignorant like I was at that time. So I guess the point of the story is if you're going to pay money for anything, make sure that you know exactly what that money is for. So make sure that yeah, so do your research. If it's an individual, try and find research. Try and find, this person's like information. If they have like anything that's public, if they have maybe reviews, maybe someone's talked about them before, and see and make sure that you could potentially not be getting ripped off. Because if they're ripping other people off, maybe other people, took to the streets of the internet and they left records so that you could then inform yourself and hopefully not make that decision and not lose your money because you work hard for your money and you don't deserve to have people take that away from you like that. And then also look up things. Yeah, so you should kind of familiarize yourself with the kind of things that do go into making like a house payment. Like what is a regular deposit? What is a security deposit? Because these things they mean different things in the States. Again, my experience is from the States. In the States than they do in Japan. So familiarize yourself with the things that are normal in Japan so that you can see what's not normal. And then, again, look up the company, look up the person, just reviews and stuff like that. And red flags, like I just mentioned, that person threatened me. And again, I don't think if you're a reputable company, I think generally you're not threatening people to try and take their money. Okay, I don't think that that's a normal thing to do. So just keep that in mind. And then shady people who, if you ask them a question and they don't give you answers, probably it's because they want you to stay ignorant, okay? And so there are companies, for example, like they might have some ridiculous fees, but you'll ask them and they'll be transparent, and that's what you want and that's what you need, because you need to be informed and you need to take care of yourself. Ask things beforehand, like what kind of deposit is this, okay? Would this come back in an emergency situation? This person on Reddit, this happened because of Corona, all right? And so unfortunately, this is a thing that's happening in the world. And yeah, they, unfortunately lost their money. But it's like you need to know if an emergency situation were to arise and I have not signed any kind of contract thing, what qualifies as an agreement? Does payment qualify as an agreement? Do you have a receipt that you can send me? Is there an invoice that you're going to send me? Like, what's going on? Is this just a verbal agreement? Because then if you just have verbal, there's like, oh, okay, a verbal agreement, but it comes down to he said, she said, right? So, or like, oh, we exchanged a couple of emails and then I said that I would pay you, but then, I didn't get the thing back. And then they're like, oh, well, you paid the deposit. And then they have like some book that's like, oh, well, the deposit means that you give me the money and you never get that back. So just make sure to clarify things beforehand. Ask. Ask questions. Ask again. It's kind of similar to what I said. What's their cancellation policy? If you cancel, is my money going to come back? Is a portion of it going to come back? Is any of it going to come back? And, just ask questions. And then, yeah, just in case of an emergency, and then ask like what other fees are there that could come up or things like that. Just try to make yourself aware when looking into an apartment, because it's really expensive, and it's just honestly a shame to hear that people get taken advantage of by nasty people. Those are nasty things to do to people who are in a vulnerable position, who don't know what's going on. And like when they told me that they were going to put me on a blacklist, like me wanting to go to Japan so much and not being able, the idea of not being able to go because I tried to fight this guy for $200, and that I legitimately thought I would never be able to live in a place in Japan if I tried to fight this guy. I was like, there's a blacklist. There's literally a blacklist. He's going to put me on any place that I go to apply to. They're not going to let me stay. They might not let me into the country. So just don't put yourself through that stress. Try to educate yourself as much as possible. I feel bad kind of being like, yeah, I'm going to make videos about this because, I'm like, I guess advertising, promoting stuff that isn't out there yet. But I do, this is one of the reasons why I started this channel. I want to educate people because I've been blessed, thank you Jesus, given the opportunity to learn a lot of things, and I want to spread that information. Please keep yourself informed. Don't let yourself get taken advantage of like this. And yeah, hopefully I will do my best to play my part and try and share as much information as I can. I'm sorry for the video and I didn't get dressed up or anything. I'm about to work out now. I'm about to do my thing. So yes, I hope that you learned something in this video. I'm sorry if it was really repetitive. I'll do some more lives though, and if you want to check it out, it's lives. Yeah, if you want to check it out, you can. If you don't, whatever. But yeah, if you want to like and subscribe, that would be cool. And hopefully I will see you guys sometime. Goodbye. Have a great day, by the way. Have a good day or great evening. And nobody take advantage. Good Lord, stop. Okay, bye.